Good morning, everybody. It's Lindy. So I hope that you are awake and ready because we are about ready to kick off week 2 of Motivation Monday. So this week, I thought that we would talk about what is your why? Okay. Why are you a reseller? Why do you want to be a reseller? And once you figure out your why, you can use that to motivate you to power through all of those barriers that are either keeping you from starting to sell or keeping you from growing in your selling. And your why doesn't have to just be one thing. It can be lots of things. It's better if it's lots of things. That's even more motivation to get stuff done. And it can change. You know, you don't have to have the same why the whole time. Me, I've had a ton of whys. And I thought that I might share some of those whys with you guys so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, and maybe it can help you find your why too, if you don't know it already. So, what is a why? Let's see, a why could be saving to buy a house, paying off a car, extra beer money, quitting that job where your boss is a pain in the ass, eating lobster for dinner at least one night a week, paying down that credit card. The balance just keeps growing on. There are 1,000,001 different whys. You just have to find yours. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about my first why. Okay, my first why is not nearly as fun. I wish it was. I wish that I had a super fun why to tell you about, but I don't. A little over a decade ago, I met and married my now ex-husband. Yeah, I said ex. You could probably guess how that turned out. Without going into too much detail about it and ranting about the situation, I'll just give you the short, sweet version. The marriage started off bad and just got worse. It all started with money problems. You know, people get divorced because of money problems all the time. Well, we had some serious money problems. And part of the problem was the fact that money was getting spent a lot faster than it was coming in. And unfortunately, it wasn't really coming in. I was kind of put in the position to where I wasn't able to work really early in our marriage. I was pregnant and then I had a small child, and at the time, my husband wanted to be the sole provider. But unfortunately, he didn't provide much. So we were always struggling. And we had reached the point where almost every single bill was late. We were 2 months behind on rent. I was really super terrified that we were going to be out on the street, and I couldn't get a job. At the time, I couldn't get a job. I can't go into much detail about it, but I wasn't able to get a job at the time. So I turned to the only thing that I could think to do. When I was younger, I knew that my dad had sold on eBay. I remember being like 12 years old and riding with my dad to the post office after school to drop off packages that he had sold on eBay. So I knew that eBay was out there. I knew that I could do it from home, and I knew that it was possible to make a little bit of money at it. So what I ended up doing one week was, you probably heard me mention in my last Motivation Monday video about eating peanut butter and jelly, and I did that. We had about $30 left, and it was money that I had set aside for an emergency. It was literally the last $30 that we had, okay? And I went to the store and I bought us some peanut butter and jelly and some bread, and I used the other $20 to buy merchandise. I went on Craigslist and, well, actually it wasn't Craigslist. It was some site at the time. I mean, this was like a decade ago. So there was some forum or some local, it was kind of like Free Cycle where you got emails to, it was old school. It was old school. And somebody was selling 2 big trash bags of women's clothing, and they were selling them for $10 a bag. And so I gave them the last $20 that we had, and I bought these big bags of clothes, and I started listing and selling them on eBay. And I started making some money with it. And fortunately, that kept us from having our electric shut off. So that was a good thing. So in the beginning, my why was making enough money to keep us afloat. And I kept doing it off and on as much as I could for, a few years. The problem was I wasn't able to grow at all because every time the money came in, the money went out. So I basically maintained, and we were doing that thing, like where the water is here and you're kind of like, I can still breathe. I can still breathe. Yeah, that was my life for a good handful of years. My next why came a couple of years later. And again, that why was not very fun. I wish that it could have been for something like saving up for my second house in Maui, but it wasn't. I ended up going back to eBay to try to earn some money to leave my husband. And it was eBay and the help of family and friends that I was able to get enough money to leave. And again, without going into too much detail, I needed to leave. I had to take my son and leave. And there was no money. There was never any money during our marriage. And so I had no money to leave, but I needed to leave. So eBay was a way that I was able to sell some merchandise and get a little bit of money so that I could do what I needed to do. And that was a really big why for me. eBay helped me with that. So fast forward a few more years later, I am older, I am wiser, I have had a lot of life experiences. There are no regrets or mistakes. Mistakes are only life lessons. Write that down. Write that down right now. Mistakes aren't mistakes. They are life lessons. Go. So now I am remarried to a wonderful man, and us together, we have a child, and our life, without bragging too much, is pretty darn blissful. I'm so incredibly happy. And now I do eBay as more of something that I want to do, not something that I need to do. Before, it was a need. I needed eBay to keep my electricity on. I needed eBay to escape a bad situation. Now I do eBay because I want to. So now my why is currently getting out of debt. That is my current why. And eBay has helped me become really, really close to paying off the last little bit of the loans that I have to pay off. Here in a few short months, I am so proud to say that we will be completely debt-free. We will have all of our cars paid off. We will have any loans paid off. We will even have our house paid off. How awesome is that, right? My other why is my children. Doing eBay allows me to be more available for them. When I had jobs working outside the house, and I know I didn't mention it, but I have had jobs where I worked outside the house. I wasn't nearly as available then as I am now. My oldest kiddo really wanted me to be able to be at school functions or come and help his classroom with activities, or participate in fundraisers during the day. But if you're at work, you can't go. And it's super disappointing. I know he was disappointed, but now I am able to work making the same kind of money that I would be if I was working outside the house. But I can put that job on hold at will because I am my own boss. I control it. So I am able to be at every school activity that he wants me to be at. I am able to volunteer to help with his class. I am able to go on field trips if I want. It's fantastic. I've been able to be at home with my toddler since the day he came home. I haven't had to leave him to go to work ever. I enrolled him in a toddler program for a few hours a day, a few days a week in the last couple of weeks, but I did that by choice. I did that by choice. I didn't do it because I had to. I didn't do it because I had to put him somewhere to go to work. I did it because I thought that it would be good for him to be around other children just a little bit, and it would give me some time to get stuff done in the process. It would give me the opportunity to grow my business even more, because as soon as I get done paying off any debt, my next goal is going to be twofold. I'm going to be saving for retirement. Got to be sinking money into that IRA so I can retire a millionaire, right? And I'm going to start saving so that we can start taking family vacations. We've never taken a family vacation before. I would love to go somewhere and have a nice big family trip every year. So I'm going to be using eBay for that. And it's absolutely amazing the possibilities that you can create for yourself by doing something as simple as picking up an item and flipping it for profit. It's amazing. So I encourage you to find your why. Why do you want to start reselling? Why do you want to continue reselling? What motivates you to make more money? Let's say you have 50 items listed and you want to go up to 100. What is your motivation to do that? What is your why? Do you want to take a trip? Do you want to pay off a credit card? Do you want to buy a new car? What's your why? When you find your why, you can use that to just fuel you and push you forward and either get you doing things that you were too afraid to do or not feeling the motivation to do, or to grow even more and to just boom your business. Once you find your why, put it on a sticky note and stick it to your computer screen. Make a big poster board. If you want to take your family on a trip to Universal Studios, buy a big poster board. Cut out some cool pictures. Post up some words and pictures and fun stuff and stick it on the wall in your office so that every day when you work, look at the poster board and be like, that is what I'm busting my butt for. I am busting my butt to go to Universal Studios. I am busting my butt to pay off my car. I am busting my butt because I am sick and tired to death of scraping by. We all have our whys, and they are all vastly different. We are all in different places of our lives. We all have different living situations. Your why is unique to you. Only you can find your why, and only you can use that why to motivate you to do great things. And I hope that you will do great things. I hope that everybody that wants to start reselling has just jumped into it, and you're listing every day, and you're finding new amazing things, and you're researching different items, and you're taking plunges, and you're taking risks, and you're buying things, and it's all paying off for you. I hope so much. And if you haven't started yet, do it today. Do a listing. If you're not comfortable with doing a listing, if you have nothing, then go find something in your house. Use it to motivate you. Go find something in your closet. Go find something in your garage that you're not using and start making money to make your life better. I know that people say that money doesn't bring happiness. but it sure doesn't hurt. I can speak from experience on that. I have lived at both sides of the spectrum, and you have so much less stress when you don't have to worry about finances. I'm telling you. Happiness is a choice, and always, always choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. I hope that this video helped to motivate you. I hope that you will spend today thinking about your why and letting it fuel you from the inside so that you just combust with success, right? All right, you guys, thank you so much. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I hope that you will. And thank you guys so much, really. Thank you. And I will see you at my next video. Bye.